Hi and welcome to this video. Today we will look at another great strategy I love to use for my daily profits. My last session was not very successful, so I wanted to give it a little break and put in the test a new one using just splits. It is again based on the inner matrix and it uses Tesla's 369 system to determine the numbers we are going to bet. But not just single numbers. Today I'm going to show you how we pair them into the splits and how we play the matrix splits strategy. Okay, so looking at the board, you see our three colors and three groups of splits. How did I come up with them? Let's look. For example, 9-12 split, 9 plus 12, 21. 2 plus 1 is 3. So we have a split from yellow group. 16, 17. 16 plus 17 equals 33. 3 plus 3 equals 6. So 6 is blue. We have the split from the blue group. And the last example, 31, 32. 31 plus 32 is 63. 6 plus 3 equals 9. And that is a green group. For all the groups, go to my website etomino.com/matrix splits and you can check out all the pairings as well as all the details of this strategy. Trigger points included. Now I will take you to the live table, and while playing this strategy, we are going to go over the best entry points to make money with this strategy. So let's do it. Okay guys, so I'm going to pop it in because we had two number 15s as you can see on the tote board, but let me just pop it in first so I don't make a mistake because these splits are a little harder to bet. So let's put a yellow and green group. All right, we got them in. With little practice, it's not as hard. I know the time limit on these wheels is not very favorable to us, but it's very manageable, so no worries. With a little practice we can do that. So we had on the tote board 15 and 15. Those are two numbers from the blue group, so that was my trigger point. I started betting all the splits from yellow and green. All right, and I got the hit. Now I'm using this trigger point for blue group to show up because I watched the wheel and I have you know, my history here in front of me, so I can see how many times in a row blue group hit, how many times yellow and green, and I strongly recommend, you know, to watch the wheel. Just write the numbers and it will tell you a lot. One of the videos I'm gonna do just that, just kind of like go over the history and trigger points, why I'm betting what. But today we are gonna just try to do session 6, building the bankroll, and we're gonna try to go back and get back to our original amount, because last time we kind of lost with the corners. And again, no strategy can work forever and ever and ever. That's why I like to, that was another hit, but we are waiting for the blue group to show up as a trigger point. So no strategy can work forever. We all know that. We don't have to go over that. It's not the best to just use one strategy forever. It's very important to have an arsenal of strategies, watch the wheel, you know, watch some trends and just switch and play with it. So I used the quads and splits for 5 sessions. 4 sessions were very successful. I made my rate. The one session was very fast. I just hopped in the bad time, so it was not good. So that's why I want to give that strategy a little break. I'm definitely going to go back to it, But for this session 6, I want to use the new strategy. I want to test it out. I want to see if we can use the trigger points and use the right entry points and make some money back. So we have that 28 on the tote board and 15, 23. So after 28, I can see that there was that 15 jumping in. That's a blue group. So we are still going to wait for our blue number to show up, and that's gonna be the trigger point. The best scenario would be again 2 blue groups, but you know, for the purpose of the video, I want to kind of like, I don't want to sit here for an hour and a half and just not betting and wait for the trigger point. So if you're trying to this strategy, give it a time. You don't have to record anything and you know, squeeze it into the few minutes as I do. So hopefully I'm gonna be lucky enough that I can hit those trigger points while we are here testing this strategy. And you know, if it's not gonna go well, I'm gonna stop, because I'm playing with my money. I don't want to lose, you know. Okay, so we have the 16, that was the blue. So I'm going to bet, and I'm going to bet all the splits from the yellow and the green group. I'm going against the blue. That's it. And again, my goal, my profit target in this session is make, you know, again $50 per hour or per session, and that way to make my hourly rate. All right, 21, perfect. That was the hit against the blue group. So I like it. Now we're gonna wait again because I really want to stick to the strategy. So let's see. 21. And then I always like to have that history in front of me, and I like to go back to where 21 hit, or where the sector around 21 hit, and what was before and after, you know. And those are little indications what can happen next. Excuse me. All right, so we have a green monster, and during these strategies, I don't really like to bet after the zero, unless there was a zero already in the history. And you know, again, I can look what was happening before and after the zero and kind of incorporate it into my entry points. Because you know, if you guys play this wheel, you know it's not as typical as you would go into the brick and mortar real casino. You know, all these electronic wheels, they are playing a little different. And if you watch my sessions, you can see all these patterns. You can see all these top and bottoms, the first number, last number. You can see all those 2 bridge numbers come up. So that's why I play how I play. That's why I like this wheel, because I've played here for 12 years and I see all these things repeating and going again and again, you know. So that's why that's why I like to play here. So 27, okay, so that would be another hit on the yellow 27-30 split. But again, we could go, you know, follow the leader strategy, and after the hit we could just keep hitting. But for the purpose of this video, I really want to try to do negative, and I really want to try to stick to my trigger point, entry point after the blue group hits. So I'm waiting for all the blue groups. Again, I recommend, if you want to try the strategy, go to my website. You can see the picture of this, all the splits and all the color group. So you can just put it on the screen, or you can print it out, or you can, you know, mark it on the paper, so you have it in front of you if you want to use these splits. And you know, it's just fun to play this way. I like when you put some kind of a method, some kind of a strategy, some kind of a like that matrix numbers into the game, because that makes the roulette a fun game. You know, it's not just guessing and playing red or black. It's just it's different way, and I like this way. All right, so we would have another hit right there, 31 and 32. That's the same split. Excuse me. That's the same split. 31, 32 from the same split. So again, we have 1, 2, 3 hits in a row on the yellow, green, and green group. You know, when they start coming, these, even if you remember, if you saw those sessions from the corners and splits, those first 5 sessions, there were really nice runs of just yellow. So it really pays to watch it and try to jump in and use the follow the leader strategy, and try to get some 2-3 hits with the positive progression. Okay, 28. That's another yellow. So that would be another hit. And again, you know, another trigger point, if you want to play a little more risky or try it, if you see the run of yellow green for, let's say, 8-10, why not to start and try to play just the blue numbers? You know, why not? Maybe 3-4 steps of progression, negative progression, maybe use Fibonacci, so it's not as risky, and let's try it. If you guys want to come up with some trigger points, I would really appreciate if you can put them into the comments. It's a little harder for me to read all the emails because that's only me seeing them, and if you guys put your thoughts and your trigger points into the comments below the video, that way all you guys can comment on it and tweak it, and we can come up with some best trigger points for this strategy, you know. So let's use the comment section for that. Let's try to come up with different trigger points, entry points. Let's see if we can, you know, make this strategy better together. And I think it's kind of safer, because if you bet two groups, let's say yellow and green, then you actually bet 24 numbers. So you bet same amount of numbers as you would play, let's say, 2 columns, or same amount of numbers as you would play 2 dozens. So it's actually a great strategy statistically to play that amount of numbers. Okay, so 18. All right. And I think 18 would be, we had 18, so that's a blue group. So what we're gonna do, as we said, after the blue group hits, we're gonna bet it, and we're gonna use it as a trigger point, and we're gonna use all the splits with the base bet, all the splits from the yellow and green. All right, 21, that's our split, 21 24. So that's great. That's another hit. So again, now we get 14. We got such a long, yeah, I see in the history. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna do one more step, because in the history, when they were blue green, it didn't really go back to blue. So let's try it. 15, and of course it went back to the blue. Oh, gotta love the roulette. So let's see. So now we have to react to it. You know, we made a little change in the trigger point, and didn't pay up. So now I'm going to use the trigger point, obviously, after the blue, because 15 is the blue. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to use negative progression and try to get the money back. I'm betting against the blue. I'm betting against blue showing in 2 in a row. So let's see. 1535. What a beautiful combo. If I would play my numbers, that would be a beautiful hit. And you know, that's how it is. When you're trying to make some money, and the show, the strategy doesn't really have to go necessarily your way, but it doesn't matter. All it matters is how you come up from that situation. So let's see. We're gonna do one more. We got the nice trigger point. We get 2 blues in the row. So my expectation is higher up, that we are not gonna be hitting 3 in a row from the blue group. So that's why I'm trying to get my hit. All right, give me a hit. All right, 22, that's a good hit. So that this time the trigger point worked out good, and we are back into the profit for the session. All right, so now we're not gonna bet. And we're gonna see if that's gonna keep mixing up. It's fine if you get that 1, 2 blue groups, and then it's gonna, you know, force me into 2, 3 progressions, and then we get the hit, and then that works perfectly. The only thing is, you don't want to get into some kind of a weird part of the game where only one group hits and it's trending like crazy. So okay, 27, that would be another hit. You know, I kind of like that approach of positive progression for this one, for that many numbers betting. But let's test it out with the blue. Hopefully that's not gonna bury me, because I wanna build that bankroll, and once I get it into the decent amount, I'm gonna go back playing my numbers. So let's see if we can find another trigger point. So give us some blue Um, okay, 25 it's blue. $25 is a number from the blue. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna start betting from the base bet, the base 1 unit on all the splits from the yellow and green group. So it is pretty much enough time to get them all in. So it's not as difficult. So let's see. And you know, it's, if you go to my website, if you look at the layout of the green, yellow and blue groups, those splits, you can see there's like just one split, let's say blue split in the third dozen. So if you look at the stats on the dozens, that might be another indicator to play first the groups yellow and green from the first and second dozen, you know. So there's a lot of interesting entry points. Okay, so we had 33, so that's another blue. So we are going to rebet and double up again. Since I'm starting with 1 unit, I'm confident that I can double it up, but for the safe approach, again, you can try Fibonacci, which is a little safer progression. And as I always say, I wanted to little pump it up a little bit because we are not betting as much. So you know, I feel comfortable that we can add a little more, but oh, damn, 3 times in a row the blue group. Okay, so I gotta be careful. Because then we can again run into the table limit, and then it's gonna be difficult to add bets on the single numbers. So let's play carefully, but we have 3 in a row, 25, 33, 16, 3 in a row from the blue group. To me that would be great entry point. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna oh, it isn't. Oh, I thought it now it should be already another double up, because we had 4, and then yeah, because the repeat bet, it just adds the basic, not the double up. Okay, so gotta be careful with that. Oh, and that's another blue. Oh my God! So see, this is how roulette works, and all the strategies. It's not guaranteed. And if somebody's telling you this is the strategy which is guaranteed, it's not the truth. It's just you gotta react to the strategy. It can be great. You can just sit at the table and you can win 10 times in a row and rack up the money. But then there is that one little time when it just starts to, screwing up, like right now. So so we had 25, 33, 16, 35, 4 blue numbers in a row. So now I'm pretty low in my balance. So I need this hit, really need this hit. And I got it. And then, so I got 144. That's good. That was a good hit, but I'm not quite as back to my balance. So I gotta be 28. I gotta be careful. I gotta settle down a little bit. And 28. Looking at the history, we had 28. Let me just pop some numbers there. They were around 28. And I'm not gonna do the I'm gonna wait for the blue, because there was, after 28, there was in the history twice there was a blue number after 28, so I'm gonna use it. And there it is, there is a blue number after 28. So that was a good call not to be betting and just to wait. Let's see, now that I'm a little afraid of these blue numbers now. It's like it was like a avalanche of blue numbers, and just one, I'm kind of worried right now it's gonna jump back. So let me just be patient. Let me just sit back and see what the wheel's gonna do. It's not necessarily important just to keep betting every single spin. It's good to sit back and watch the wheel. So number 6, all right, so that's a green split, 3-6, that's a green group. And yeah, I just had those couple of those numbers just for the heck of it, because I've seen some repeaters with that with that previous number. So just to have something never hurts. Couple bucks here and there. But let's go back to the splits. So again, we are waiting for blue group to show up. That's my trigger point, 17, and that's a blue group. That's a blue group. That's a blue group. So let's pop it in. After the blue, now we had so many blues that I don't believe they're gonna be coming back. Let's just pop it in. I feel really good about it right now, and we need to get our balance back to the green numbers. But again, let's be careful not to go crazy. I have very high expectation that it's not gonna be again 2, 3, 4 blues in the row. So I'm just gonna try to keep betting. I might raise up the bet a little bit, but looking into the history, there was a 2, 2, 3 blues and then 4 blues, but then it quieted down and it was like yellows and greens hitting. So I'm gonna try to capitalize on it. Actually, we had 23, that was a hit, so I'm gonna go after 23, and I'm gonna rebet it, and I'm gonna use the follow the leader strategy. I'm gonna use the positive progression, which is after the hit we are adding the money, hoping to capitalize on 2, 3 hits in a row. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have a great video about follow the leader, so if you wanna check it out, I'm gonna put the link above and into the description. It's on my channel, it's on my website, just look at it. I love that strategy, follow the leader. So that's what I'm doing right now, and it paid off. I was betting after the win with the positive progression. That means after the win I'm adding the money. So we had 23, 21, looking into the history. Okay, we're gonna do it again. I'm gonna try to do the 3 steps of positive, that means I'm trying to capitalize on 3 hits in a row with the positive progression. That means doubling up after the win, not after the loss. So let's see if we can do it, because we had so many blues in a row. So give me, and she did. Awesome hit. Perfect. I needed that to get back. All right. Okay, so let's get back, because we started 385 and we want to get about 400. I wanna go back to profit, because that last session didn't go well. And so I had 3. I said, well, I'm gonna do 3 positive progressions, follow the leader. So right now I'm not gonna bet. I'm gonna wait, because after the 3-4, you know, there might be a chance that blue showing up. So since I had 3 hits in a row, I'm gonna be patient, and I'm gonna, good thing I did, because 26 is a blue split. It's a blue group. So okay. 368. So now after the blue, let's bet it. But I don't have time to rebet the base bet, so I'm gonna stay with that, double up that third level. I'm gonna use it as a new base bet, and then my expectation is really high that after the blue there is not gonna be another blue, because we really used those blues. So it's time to start going yellow and green. So give me yellow or green group. That's a good hit. I'm gonna stay. I'm glad I stay with that. So that puts me on 392. That's great. So we are in profit for the session. I love it. Excuse me. So oh wow, that first dozen is so low. Look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna try to use it. I'm gonna rebet. I wanted to do a little extra on second and third dozen, but we're still going for the yellow or green group. Okay, so we got another yellow and green. So that's another hit on that. So we are at 396. Let me see that. Yeah, that first dozen is so low. Oof. Oh my god, second and third, they are trending so much. I gotta go for it. I'm gonna add some extra money on those dozens. And I'm staying with the progression after the positive progression after the yellow and green. So I'm going against the blue. Let's see if we can capitalize on it. And it's 22, and I got the hit on the split and on the dozen, and that's gonna put me into the profit for the session. I made my profit for the session. So that was a crazy session, but we made a profit. So I will see you on the next one. Okay guys, so session 6 was a successful session. We switched the strategy. We started using only the matrix splits, and we made our profit for the session. So hopefully we are on the right track, and I will see you on the next one.